Okay, welcome to Frostpunk 2 on PS5. Have not seen a lot of people do tutorials on PS5, basically mostly on the PC when it comes to Frostpunk 2. And a friend of mine who likes city builders, but I don't know if you want to say he was overwhelmed, but just kind of looking for starting places on Frostpunk 2, and I am definitely a geek who enjoys city builder games. So this video is for him, and if it helps anybody else out, that's great. I'll break this up into 2 or 3 different small videos, just so it's not overwhelming with like a 45-minute video, because I can't stand sitting through long videos like that. So when you start off, you're going to go into story. I've already got a couple of games that are going right now, but you can just come down to new story, and then you can select your difficulty. So you have citizen, officer, steward, captain, custom, and these are basically just the how difficult you want to make it. You do have survivor mode. Basically that means you have no active pause during the game. I would not suggest doing that. Pause is your friend, at least for the first couple of playthroughs. You really do need to be able to pause. So yeah, I wouldn't select that if you're brand new to the game. You can enable pop-up tutorials throughout the game. That's probably valid. And then if you come down to skip prologue, you can go through the prologue and go right into chapter 1. Again, if this is your first time playing, I would suggest go ahead and go through the prologue, and that's what we're going to do right now. So when we start off, you're going to have a small little video here from our about our former captain from Frostpunk, the original one. And of course, the goal on that one was to outlast the bad storm that was coming. So everything was to get to the end of that very bad storm. So we got a little video here about the captain. We're going to go ahead and skip through that. And the Wanderers, this is the prologue. Basically, it's kind of like Frostpunk, the original, in that you have to survive the whiteout. So everything we're doing is to kind of learn the game and be able to get in there and survive the first storm. Again, little video prologue that goes with it. We're going to skip right to it and come into the beginning of the prologue game. So our first step is we need to start the furnace, and in order to do that, we have to get to the oil wagons and build some facilities on there to start getting the oil out, basically, so that we can get the dreadnought to last. So on your PS5, your controllers, your left joystick is to go left or right, up or down. Your right joystick is going to be rotation. If you do R1 and your right joystick, you can change the angle of the camera if you want to do that. So first thing, excuse me, first thing we do is frost break. So what we're looking for are these oil wagons. We got one here, we got one here. There is another one down here, but we don't need to go after all of them. We only need one at this point. So in order to get to that, or to any other facility that we want to try to tap into, such as this construction wagon, which holds our prefabs, we have some fertile soil over here. We've got some maintenance wagons over here we need to get materials from. But all of this considered to be like permafrost, so we got to break through the frost. So in order to frost break, we're going to press R2. This brings up this radial menu, and in here you've got Frostbreaker, buildings for once you get a district in. Actually, we can load our districts into our hubs. So the first thing we're going to do is frost break, and basically wherever you see these white tiles, these are what you're allowed to go breaking on. So we're going to go ahead and go straight over here, and I'm going to go ahead and come down to this wagon because we're going to need it as well. And once you've selected all of them, which you should have 8, you can go ahead and confirm. It'll begin that frost breaking. Time control. So as you see over here on the left hand side, if you want to speed up or slow down time, you're going to use your directional pad. So speed up, press to the right. In order to slow down, press to the left to pause the time, press down, and press up to return it back to normal speed. Now while that's going, one of the things I've learned, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the game, one of the things I've learned is to try to have at least 3 different endeavors going on at the same time. So whether that's frost breaking as well as building something, try to have at least 3 things going at a time. So what we'll do is, since we're going to have to get her to fertile soil anyway, is we'll go ahead and set up for frost breaking on that side to get to those 2. And then, of course, we've got the frost breaking going on over here. So to confirm, just going to hit the triangle and let it roll. Now at this point, I'm going to speed up the game in order to get those done. But real quick, let's just look over here on our left hand of the screen. This is basically our missions for this segment. To fight the cold. So we need to frost break to get over to the oil wagon. We need to construct an extraction district on the oil wagon, and then we need to turn on the furnace. So let's go ahead and speed up time. We'll see that these are now working, and we're good to go. So now the tutorial is going to tell you about constructing districts. In order to construct a district, and again, we're going to pause the game while we're doing this. You're going to press R2, which is going to bring up that radial menu, and we're going to go to districts. Now this radial will pop up. You have housing districts, extraction districts, and food districts. So we're going for extraction districts. So we'll click on top of the oil thing there. We're going to hit confirm. We're going to go ahead and add another district, extraction, which is going to be here, here, and here. That'll get those 2 running. We're going to confirm that, and we're going to come back over here. Well, we're not quite done frost breaking there, so let's advance it. All right, there we go. We're going to hit pause again, and we've already, there we go, districts, yep, and we're going to establish a food district. So this will start getting that moving for us. Confirm that, and now we've got 3 things going on at the same time, so let's advance the speed. And we'll pause real quick again. So these little icons that you see above, these are just basically ongoing construction or ongoing some sort of, whether you're frost breaking or whatever, it's just a status bar. So it's in a circle. You'll see the gold ring go around until it completes a full circle, and that's just showing you how long it's taking in order to do that. So we'll speed these up. There we go. We're going to go to pause. You're also going to see these little icons pop up occasionally. It'll be in different areas of your play screen. And just left stick control over the top of it, click X. And as it's telling us is we have oil now. So with that, we need to start up the dreadnought. So we're going to come over here, hit our X, your left stick is going to control when you're into these menus, and all we're going to do is turn it on. And it's going to start up. So we got that done. We've done some frost breaking. We've got our oil wagon tapped. We've got our prefabs tapped, and we've got a little, it hasn't interrupted me. We've got our little farm basically going on that's over here. So at this point, let's get into the extended city view. And in order to do this, you're going to press the square button on your controller. Yeah, let me get out of that first. Pause the game. Press the square button, and this goes to the extended city view. You do your right joystick up. This will take you up to the top of the HUD screen. This is where all your information is going to reside as far as what you're doing. So on the top there, the first one is we have our people. We have 1,000 residents that are currently here at the Dreadnought. If I use my left control stick, I go over. We have 150 people that are available to work. And if you look at the little icon next to it, so the 150 you see there, that's some people with the gear around it. Those are the people that are employed. And then you have the same little symbol with an X across it. Those are people that are sick, that are not contributing. We'll go over here. These are our prefabs. This is what we build with. This here is our heat. This tells us how much heat we got going on. This is the amount of oil. When you're in Chapter 1, you'll have coal here. It will not be oil until you bring an oil source into New London. This is our housing. As you see, we have 370 people housed inside the Dreadnought, and we need to add another 630, so we need to build some housing. This is our food stockpile. It's pretty scarce right now, as it says. And then we have our materials. So materials is an integral part of the game for taking care of squalor, so basically repairing. If you think of it as raw materials, it's for building things, so keep that in mind. And then if we go down to this menu, we have the temperature. We have the disease icon, so shelter, food, hospitals, that will all affect disease. We have hunger over here, and then if we go back to this side, we have squalor. Now, any of these menus that you're on, if you just press down on your R3, it will bring up the tutorial help menu for you. So all that is there if you need it. And then if you go down to the bottom, on this current screen, or in Prologue, you're only going to see the Wanderers, and that's it. So you won't have any access to do anything until it pushes you a little bit later on in the game to where you can interact with them. But for right now, you can just see that they're there. But there'll be more menus down here on the bottom when we get into the chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the game. All right, with that, here we're going to advance it up. We got our first food place done. We need to add a second one, and we need to build some houses. So let's go ahead and do some frost breaking around here, and let's keep going there. We're going to frost break that, and we're going to add. Actually, take that back. We're going to need. You know what? I'm kind of jumping ahead of the game. So let's let that run real quick. And we got to build the housing district. So let's go ahead and do the district. Let's add our housing. Again, our radial menu. We have an extraction district, food district, housing district. Let's click on that. Now, if you'll notice, there's blue around the Dreadnought here. That does not mean it's cold. It means it's radiating heat. So that's what we're going to build around first, just to go ahead and get some housing built in. All right, that's about 15 minutes. So I'm going to pause here, and then we'll load up the second video on how to go forward from here.